Alright, what's good YouTube? DJ here with 2 Raw Gaming, bringing you another Dragon Ball Sparking Zero video. We have actually a interview with Jun Furutani. He is the producer of Sparking Zero, so we're going to go ahead and watch this, and I'll kind of like, you know, get my thoughts on it or whatever. So, let's see. Let's turn the volume up.
Tomorrow I'm joined by Kurt.
Alright, technical difficulties. We finally got it though. We got it. Alright, let's start it.
Tomorrow I'm joined by Kurt, but more excitingly, we're here with Jun and Junko, Junior, producer on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and you are our lovely translator for this. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for bringing Dragon Ball to show off to us. I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, so this is very exciting for me. I'm a huge Dragon Ball player as well, and it's returning to a format that I really love. So can you tell us a little bit about going back to this kind of like 3D fighting game approach? What was the kind of thinking with that?
Can we put that in English or no? Let's see. Translate. Let's see.
そうですね、スパーキングゼロは実は武道会展開地シリーズという名前でこれまでアメリカでは出させていただいているゲームに
I doubt these subtitles are like correct, but we'll see.
なっていまして、それのシリーズ作品になってます。で、過去も3D での対戦格闘ゲームだったので、今回の対戦は3D でのアクションゲームになっています。
Yeah, so this is part of the Budokai Tenkaichi series, and in the past, you know, we actually wanted to honor that 3D battling that was already part of the series. So that's why.
Why does it keep freezing? I don't know.
3D battle.
It's been so long since we've had
Let me pause that.
this style of Dragon Ball fighting game. We've had so many other Dragon Ball fighting games.
Why is that not picking up? Let me see. All right, let's try this again.
Games since then, like why now? Like why is this moment to kind of bring this back and like attempt this gameplay? And
yeah, sorry for all the technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on.
Are you staying close to it, to the original format, or how are you changing up now?
そうですね、前作が出たのが17年前とかそれぐらい結構時間が経ってるんですね。そこからかなり時間を空いてただ昔の出ていた作品でも非常に多くの方が遊んでいただいていたファンの方も多くいらっしゃったので、今作時間が空いたところではあるんですけれども、その方々が満足いただけるようにしっかりとシリーズとしてのバトルシステムは同じく踏襲させていただいていて、近い感覚できっとプレイいた。
So not sure if y'all read that, but he says it's been 17 years. He's had a ton of fun working on this, and he wanted to make sure that the battle system was similar to how it was back then. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, so you know, as we mentioned the last time, the part of the series was out is about 17 years ago, and during that time there were so many fans. So we really focused on making sure those fans are satisfied with the series of battles you can play.
Oh, we're gonna be satisfied.
So
Trust me.
the original games they had, they were very
satisfied.
faithful to the source material in terms of the characters that were represented, which means various forms of Goku. And since like the last game, that has only increased, and now there's more Gokus than ever. There's more, you know, different Vegetas. You've got more characters now. What was the process like in picking who's going to be involved? Was it a case of just being like, we want to get everyone, or is it a case of let's be selective, we want, you know, this character from Super or whatever it may be? How did you approach that process?
He could have said GT, but I think he knows where to draw the line. Nobody wants GT. Not just playing. I know there's people that want GT.
そうですね、今回ドラゴンボールスーパーからもたくさんキャラクターが出ているというところで、もちろん原作作中の中で活躍していたキャラクターというのを中心に今回当然実装させていただいていますし、シリーズの作品である。
Hold on. Again, if the translation is right, he did say they are implementing characters that like made the originals work. The original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball GT characters made the original work. I don't want to say I don't care about Dragon Ball GT characters because I do like Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Gogeta, but we still haven't seen them. So or OG Dragon Ball. So we'll see.
というところもあるので、なので過去の武道会展開3であったような形で悟空だけでも当時と同じような形で、悟空の前期、中期、後期、アーミーミドルですかね、みたいなものも作らせていただいて、過去に遊んでいた人たちが懐かしかったり、慣れているのでより遊びやすかったりというところも意識しながらキャラクターというのは決めていただきました。
These are kind of
So of course we did choose all the characters center around the classics, of course, and there's also characters from Dragon Ball Super, and I feel that, or we felt that the fans from Budokai Tenkaichi 3, they'll remember, being able to play Goku in his like earlier stage, mid stage, late stage in his story, and we're hoping that those fans will really get nostalgic about BT3 when they played that. So that's kind of very.
I just want to point out, I love how people take notes on iPads now instead of just actual paper, but that's just me.
Fan-centered thinking when we were choosing characters.
Yeah. How are you approaching kind of like, obviously, the heart of these games is always like fighting with your friends and that kind of stuff, but for some people they love the kind of like the story mode, arcade stuff, that kind of thing. How are you approaching that element of it? Obviously fighting games aren't traditionally super heavy on story, but more recently they have been, and Dragon Ball has
Trunks
a rich
looks
history
awesome.
of narrative. How are you approaching that element of it?
そうですね、今回、基本的にはそのエピソードバトルというものがあるんですけれども、そこではその原作で見たようなシチュエーションでのバトルを楽しめるモードに、今回作らせていただいてい
Master
ます。
Roshi looks amazing.
で、特に
Jesus Christ.
長いキャラクター、ストーリーのボリュームの多いキャラクターと、悟空なんですけれども、ラディッツ編のところからですね、
Nappa looking cool too.
ラディッツが襲来する、やってくるところからですね、ドラゴンボールスーパーのところまで今回遊んでいただけるようにしています。なので基本的には原作で見たような、シチュエーションでのバトルを楽しめるモードになっているというものですね。
Yeah, so currently, when it comes to that narrative aspect, you can experience that through episode battle mode, and that actually makes you immersed in those iconic battles from the series. And
So she called it episode battle mode. I wonder if it's like I don't know, because there's always gonna be cutscenes. We gotta wait for more footage.
characters such as Goku, like you had mentioned, has a lot of content when it comes to Goku. You know, even with that, within the episode battle, you go from like Reddit's appearing all the way to Dragon Ball Super narrative.
Right.
Okay, so that's big. You go from Raditz to Super, which means, unfortunately, you're not starting off at OG Dragon. That'd be awesome if you started from OG Dragon Ball, bro, because that's like so much content. But you're not starting from OG Dragon Ball, and if you're going from Z to Super, you're not getting GT in there. So I don't think GT is going to be like the main in the main story, nor OG Dragon Ball. I think they will be DLC.
I think you mentioned Junko. It's been 17 years since the original series, and obviously, like, you know, those PS2. I think there was one on the Wii, and we.
By the way, it makes perfectly good sense because Super is kind of like their new baby for Dragon Ball, right? We started in 2015. They remade Battle of Gods, Resurrection F, Broly. The manga just went on hiatus. Of course, we have Daima coming up, but a lot of new fans now know Super. They don't know GT, so you guys gotta kind of remember that.
We've had so many console generations since, and like being able to, like, right now we're seeing on the screen like a full city battle, and I kind of want to know, like, you know, were there very specific episodes I'm sure you're taking inspiration from, but where is, you know, like, how are you using like new technology, a new way to like try and show the scope and power of a fight in Dragon Ball that maybe like the 2D games don't do quite as well, or do in their own way.
やっぱり二次元ゲームで、あとは、昔 PS2 に遊んでた頃と比べて、やっぱり2024年の技術、あとプラットフォームでやっぱり街の破壊とかはどういうふうにその もっとすごい体感アップになったんでしょうか、スパーキングで。
そうですね、街だけに限らずですね、今回アンリアルエンジン5も使わせていただいて、リアルタイムでその悟空たちの持つ超パワーを体験表現できるような形でですね、ゲームの方は作らせていただきました。なのでビルとかも戦いの余波で激しくドカーンと壊れたりもするですし、
Oh, it's in the Japanese.
他にもですね、ちょっと気をためるだけで草木がバタバタと揺れたりだとか、もう天気まで変わったりとかっていうところまで今回リアルタイムに楽しんでいただけるように今なっています。
So we've utilized, we're on Unreal Engine 5, so we can really grasp those battles in real time. So yes, in the cities there will be massive destruction, and even when any of our characters, if they're able to when they're recharging their key, you can actually see the blades of grass starting to move, the weather changing, the trees moving.
Yeah,
so,
it's gonna be amazing.
It's a lot more of a immersive experience thanks to the technology.
Obviously, when you look at trailers of it and videos of it, it looks like it plays like a classic game. What are the kind of gameplay changes, additions?
Did Epic
tweaks
find
that
Unreal
you have
Engine
done
5?
that
Because
might
if so,
not be
bro,
visible from a trailer just watching.
if so, they are doing God's work. Look at this game, man. Oh my goodness.
そうですね、スパーキングシリーズは 3D 対戦アクションとして作っているもので、特にやっぱりドラゴンボールの作品自体すごい3次元的で縦横無尽にすごい超スピードで戦うっていうような作品になっていますし、それを自分の手で本当に操作しながら生み出すことができる、超高速で相手を移動して翻弄したりみたいなこともできますし、やっぱりそういうドラゴンボールらしいアクションっていうのをその手でリアルタイムに生み出せるっていうところがこのスパーキングシリーズ、武道回転化シリーズの魅力というふうに私たちは考えています。
Yeah, we think that what's really especially great about Sparking Zero is that you're, it is, like I mentioned, 3D battle, and the fact that you can control all their movements and how, they're super fast speed, and you can actually control all that and experience it. So I think that's one of the things that's really exciting about it.
Yeah. As a huge fan, obviously the voices of these characters are very, very important. What's kind of been the system and approach in bringing those voices back? Are you kind of taking previously recorded stuff and reusing it, which might sound bad, but as someone who loves Dragon Ball, sounds perfect to me. I want to hear him say Kamehameha exactly how I remember it, but what's the approach for audio and that kind of stuff?
使い直すのは NG かもしれないけれども、でも昔のようにカメハメハ
Peep that WWF attitude Nintendo 64 game sitting right there. Dope.
そうですね、そこはちょっと私の方からなかなか申し上げられる部分ではないので、ちょっとここで差し控えさせていただきたいなんですけど。
Yeah, actually, that's an area that is a bit out of scope for
Oh, okay, that's
right now,
fine.
so I
It's a little
can't
bit secret.
talk
I'm
about too much.
excited to see it. Yeah.
Weird.
In terms of the multiplayer
Okay.
stuff, we have the classic battles. What are the other kind of formats that are going to be available in terms of the combat stuff beyond just the one-on-one fight? Usually,
This would have been a perfect time for him to ask about crossplay, and he failed.
you have a little extra flavor in there as well.
バトルのバトルの種類がマルチで一応なんですけれども、他にはどんなバトル
基本的にお客さんはその1対1、プレイヤーは2人ですね、1対1の対戦が基本的になっていまして、その中でチームでその最大5人までメンバーを選んでバトルすることができるというのが基本的なバトルシステムにはなります。
Yeah, so at the core of it is player versus player, but then you can also create teams, a maximum of 5
Oh, nice.
players, and battle out that way.
Yeah, that sounds okay. You can recreate classic moments, I guess. Yeah. Can you talk?
So I saw people saying like 5v5 should be like online. I think it is if the game majority of the fighting is online. Unless they meant like kind of like how I mentioned in one video, like for content creators, right? You want to get 5 people on one team, 5 people on the other, each controlling one character and stuff like that. I just think that would be difficult now thinking about it because of fusion. Like who controls after your characters fuse, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that kind of confirms 5v5 for online.
A little bit about the online component, because obviously the previous game in the series or spiritual successors, predecessors, didn't have much of an online component. Can you talk a little bit about how online is implemented? Is it going to be available, or how are you working with that?
過去の作品はオンラインっていうのはそんなになかったので、スパーキングゼロはオンラインの何があるんですか？
はい、そうですね、フレンド同士で楽しむことのできる当然対戦もありますし、ランクマッチという形で
Rank match, you just said
強
that.
さをどんどん
I
自
picked
分で
that
上を
out.
目指していくっていう遊び方もできるようになります。
Yeah, so there is, playing with friends, and then there'll be ranked matches as well.
Oh, fantastic.
Rank
Fantastic.
matches.
I'm so
Go
sorry.
ahead.
I'm super excited about the like the idea. I'm so fixated on like the destruction aspect of it, and like being able to see like the scope of these fights, because it's such an iconic thing when you get to watch it in an anime. But playing it is a different story.
Y'all niggas finna be sweaty in rank matches. I already know it.
And I was curious if there was like a specific character or thing, or even combination of characters that you love to watch like destroy cities or punch through mountains, and like what's that like to be able to like, fulfill that fantasy?
さん自身このキャラクターを破壊するとき見る場面が好きとか、そういう、
はい、
迫力ある、
はい、
シーンとキャラクターかなって言いますか？
そうですね、ちょっと、当然戦いの中で壊れていくっていうところでは都市を壊すためにというわけではないんですけれども、そうですね、例えばブロリーなんかは周囲にこう木で爆発して周囲を一気にこう攻撃することができる技を持っていますし、悟空のアルティメットブラスト、一番強い必殺技ですね。でいうとすごい木を体の周りに放ちながら放つすごいカメハメハを打つことができて、
スーパーカメハメ
盛大にグラフィック表現含めて気持ちの良い表現になっているんじゃないかなというふうには思います。
Yeah, so I would, as examples, I would say Broly. His explosive move actually explodes, around him.
Makes sense.
So that's very destructive, but
Broly versus Beerus should be one of the most destructive matches you could play. Or Broly versus KO. Either one. I don't know about Whis. I think Whis would just manhandle Broly.
Goku's ultimate blast, and he's any of the Kamehamehas. I think the graphics that we're offering now with Sparking Zero is just, it just will feel so much better to really feel that all that power.
On the flip side, how do you approach characters that don't have that much destructive power and continue to make them fun and interesting? Everyone loves to make fun of him, but some people still love Yamcha. But he doesn't quite have the destructive power of other characters. So how do you approach kind of ensuring that if you decided you wanted to play Yamcha, it's still fun and there's a lot to see and feel with him?
逆にそんなに破壊力が素晴らしくないキャラクターはどういうふうに工夫してプレイしたいっていう。
そうですね、ヤムチャでいうと、ヤムチャもカメハメハが使えたりするので、結構やっぱパワフルな力を持っているキャラクターにはなりますし、でもその中でも特徴的な近接攻撃でのローガ風風剣という技だったりとか、超必殺技早期弾っていう相手に攻撃して木の弾をバシバシと相手にぶつけるような技とかもできますし、やっぱりキャラクターらしいアクションっていうのを楽しんでいただけるようなキャラクターにはなっています。
Yeah, so even Yamcha, he still can do Kamehameha.
A little bit.
So he still has, he still has, he can still do that. But a lot of close combat. He has very specific moves that he can do, including, multiple energy attacks, things like that.
Yeah.
So
They just say Yamcha weak as fuck. Like this is the nicest way to say it.
we have made sure to really know and understand the specific qualities of our characters.
ヤムチャに限らずですけど、他にも例えばクリリンとかであれば、太陽剣って相手の目をくらませて、
Alright, looks like he's talking about Krillin's solar flare. He put his hands to his
相
eyes.
手の攻撃をうまく自分の残像を使って回避するみたいな技もあったりして、そういうか乱をしながら戦うキャラクターもいたりしますし、そのキャラクターらしい戦い方をそれぞれ楽しんでいただけるようにはなっているかなと思います。
And even Kuririn, he has a solar blast that blinds everyone.
I don't know why, but I really liked how she just said Krillin's name in like his Japanese form or whatever.
And he also has counterattacks. So yeah, being very knowing our
But they pretty much just said Krillin sucks as well.
characters really well, and to bring out their qualities.
But I'm very glad to see the game back, and it's definitely evoking my nostalgia. Thank you so much, Jun.
You got 10 seconds to ask about crossplay.
On the show and bringing Dragon Ball to us.
Nope, not gonna do it.
Hopefully going to be seeing more of
Not
it
gonna
at
do
the
it.
show. But yeah, thank you for everyone for watching.
Come on, bro. You had all that time to ask about crossplay and you didn't take it. Alright, well. That was a okay interview, I guess. I mean, they confirmed rank play. They confirmed Yamcha still sucks. They confirmed Krillin still sucks. Goku is like the most forms in the game. Broly's super destructive. And pretty much it's just, you know, it's Dragon Ball. It's Tenkaichi 4. That's what we're getting. So more videos to come. More videos to come. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out.